part of that story, I played Clay, along with Derek and Nicky Burkett, who will be here because he's here. We were all teachers together, colleagues in St. Stephen's. Felicia, Vanessa, Kevin, as you look around you today, you will see there's so many people who come. And as you know, there are many others who would like to be here. But they're here because they want to share with you the fact that Freddie was a good man, Freddie was a good friend, and Freddie was one that's worthy of us being here to be with you today. I looked on over the last year or so with Freddie, bearing the weight and the challenges of his illness, something that reminded me, as he faced that illness as a cross, reminded me of the journey that his Jesus took, going up the Calvary. Many times he stumbled and fell. Many times so many people had to touch him. So be it with Freddie. I must tell the world that I know that Felicia, Vanessa, Kevin, and so many others walked that walk with him. And I pray today that they will receive the blessings of God for their selflessness. Freddie did not waste that time, because as he suffered physically, his mind and always working, seeking to clean his spirit so that he could turn to the Lord for his forgiveness and his gifts. Saying thank you to God and giving praise, but saying thank you in his mind to so many of us who might in our own little way at some time touched him and did something for him. And I know that Freddie wanted to say to everybody doing that, I love you. Really giving the gift that God gave him, the gift of love. He wanted all of us to have. He was a great man. And even though that all we would have of Freddie after today is his memory, he also left us a legacy. He left us a legacy of love. Ask his family. He left us a legacy of joy. Ask those of us every opportunity Freddie had to celebrate, to share the blessings that God gave him. He did. He left us a legacy of compassion. Ask any student at St. Stephen's who would have turned to Freddie for advice or solace. They know that that quiet, humble, strong, respectable man was there to tell them, go on, do this, do that, and really share his compassion with them. Lastly, Freddie left us a legacy of peace. And it is that peace that he lived with and loved that took him into the next world. On that day, even though the doctors were working hard to save him, to give him another hour perhaps, another day, maybe another week or month, Freddie knew that it was finished. And he knew that he was in the presence of the angels who were there to greet him. And he knew as he listened to the songs that they were singing to him, that Jesus had kept his promise, that I will go and prepare a place for you, Freddie, and here I am, I've come to take you with me. And Freddie was contented as he walked that last mile. The angels were singing, and Freddie waited, and then he saw the light. I'm sure as Christians we must believe this. The light was the crown, the halo for the Jesus Christ who came for him. And as he looked at this, he saw the face that he prayed to so many times. And then he looked and he saw those hands, still broken by the nails on the cross, that was reaching into his not crumbling body to lift his enlightened soul and to take him to his chest, give him the baptism of divinity that Freddie had earned because he lived the life that God asked him to, working hard as he could to keep those commandments, especially honoring the people around him and loving his neighbors as he loved himself. So today, as we say farewell to Freddie, let us be assured that he was received by Jesus, that he was taken to heaven, that he saw the face of God as he stood at the throne of grace, and that God welcomed him as Freddie come. My good, my faithful son, you have done well. Heaven is now yours.